by side we will overcome, yeah. Standing firm in defense of the future, a whole generation to nurture.
So come and we show them the power of people together. If we work as one, then the victory is ours, yeah.
Together we aspire, yeah. Together we achieve, oh yeah. Oftentimes, where are we right now? How we end up here today? Tell me who is to be blamed, and does it matter anyway? Take a look around, open up your eyes and see. Now's the time to make a difference, be the change you want to see. Do you remember a time when we used to love, yeah? Oh, with a strength in we heart, we rise above, yeah.
So what would it take to recapture, now that we face a new chapter?
Come on, my brother, my sister, the heart of the matters, we all need each other.
Let's do this together, yeah.
Together we aspire, together we achieve. And oftentimes I wonder, yeah, is it something we still believe, yeah.
We bless the world with harmony. There's no greater time for love, no greater time for peace. Be what we know we're meant to be. There's no greater time for love, a light for the world to see.
The mighty rise to meet their challenge. Yeah, we stand and we fight and we shall not fail. Now is the time for action. Tell them we're ready now, come with me. So let we choose to love, yeah. And side by side we will overcome, yeah. Standing firm in defense of the future, a whole generation to nurture.
So come and we show them the power of people together. If we work as one, then the victory is ours, yeah.
Together we aspire, yeah. Together we achieve, oh yeah.
Oftentimes I wonder,
Is it something we still believe?
bless the world with harmony.
There's no greater time for love, no greater time for peace. Be what we know we're meant to be. There's no greater time for love, a light for the world to see.
We bless the world with harmony. There's no greater time for love, no greater time for peace. Be what we know we're meant to be. There's no greater time for love, a light for the world to see.
There's no greater time than now. Truly respect each other. There's no greater time than now to bring our nation together. There's no greater time than now to live in love as the order. Cause if not now, then when? And if not us, then who?
Bands look much better when we band together than the bands on mothers' bellies. Together, only the red on the flag becomes redder, and the only band we'd see is the band across the flag, if any. We're ready, and together we can move the clouds from gray to fine and make sunshine TNT. There's no greater time than now.
Show me how to live, show me how to love, show me how to get there. Show me how to live,
Show me how to live, show me how to love, show me how to get there. Show me how to live, show me how to love, show me how to get there.
right there, right
Show
now.
me how to live, show me how to love, show me how to get there. Show me how to live, show me how to love, show me how to get there.
One way. Show me how to live, show me how to love, show me how to get there. One way. Show me how to live, show me how to love, show me how to get there.
Show me how to live, show me how to love, show me how to get there.
One way.
Show me how to live, show me how
never empty. Never let evil people tempt me. Got to keep my heart pure if I want to endure. No me see clearer than 2020. Cause we don't end up in a penitentiary. Rather teach the youth and them in elementary. If you don't want to fall, then you got to hold on no matter what.
So show me how to live, just show me how to love, just show me how to just be above it all. Yeah, cause I'ma make it one day. So show me, show me.
Hear our cries for change, urgent, as if our esophagus were made with the same cast iron pots our grandmothers hammered to shape with their hands. Hear our cries for peace, sure, like how every one of those pots will be passed down from generation to generation. We are resilient, we are here to last, and at last, we cannot be broken.
Show me how to live. Show me how to love. Show me how to get there. No greater time. Boy. Today I was listening to the uncle of the young lady who passed away, Miss Riley. And he said something. He said that the Prime Minister said it so well, that we're living in evil times. We have preached it. We have talked about it. We expect better. But someone said to me that sometimes they are ashamed of what our nation has reached to or come to when you look at what's happening with the deaths of our young women. I came today very heavy-hearted to talk to some people. And the people that I wanted to talk to, I don't even know if they would hear it, but I'm going to say it anyway. The people that I want to talk to this morning are some very influential people. You're very influential in getting through to our young men and young women. You're so influential that you don't even know it yourself. You're so influential to the impression that you leave on the minds of our young people. The young people sing and dance to your music. They believe that you all are their heroes. The millenniums believe that you are the voice that they don't have. You speak to their emotions and in their inner psyche. I come this morning to talk to you. Yeah, you. The Zesa movement. The Zesa RT Sunday. I come to talk to you guys this morning. If you would do a live and tell the young people of this nation that those crimes that are being committed against our women, young girls, heinous crimes, if you, the Zesa movement, will do a live, boy, and condemn the death of Shannon, condemn the death of the young woman of our nation, by young men of Trinidad and Tobago. If you would condemn it, I'm telling you, there will be a ripple effect. Take your phone now. Do a live today and condemn the actions of people who follow you. I don't want to get into your lyrics. I don't want to get into your lyrics. But I want to get into your mind this morning and let you know, boy. That you have a part to play. And your part to play is to stand up for your sisters. Stand up for your sisters now. Kelly Beats! Stand up now. Stand up, brothers. This has to stop. Has to. We can't continue like this. You know, there's a young lady. Her name is Karina Shea. She sang a song. And in her song, she spoke about Shannon Banfield. And a lot of us forget about Shannon Banfield, you know. I remember when Shannon was murdered. A lot of you call this radio station. I say, I ain't shopping there again. A lot of you were in pain, you cried. I want to talk to the Zessas. Zessas, you all have to do something, you know. You all have to do something. You all have to say something. If you all don't say anything, trust me, young men who listen to your music will believe that you all are in agreement with this madness. Do something, brothers. Do a live and condemn the actions of these monsters that are roaming around us. And as I'm talking about monsters, that PH driver cannot still be living in that community. And you are reading in the newspaper where the community said that they know that he does distress young ladies, but and he's still not in my community, you know. Not in my community, you know. Hey, if it's one thing I could boast and say in my community, they know you does distress young ladies, or they know that you does distress people, you wouldn't last, boy. Not in my community. In my community, you interfering with little girls, you distressing the women, You making people feel uncomfortable and unhappy. No matter what, you ought to find somewhere else to live. And we calling on Womantra. Womantra their own tra. Them trying for something else. We have to fix this. We have to fix this. And I'm calling on the Zessas, you know. I'm taking this microphone this morning and telling the Zessa movement, say something. Say something. Condemn the actions of these monsters. In every generation, there's some monsters, you know. And Dr. Rowley brought this to our awareness Saturday when he talked about the man who took the two sisters. You know, something wrong with us, you know. A man take two sisters, tie them up, rape them, abuse them, throw acid in one of them eyes, and live in a community, right? I don't know. You can't tell me that you all knew that this man. I want to feel that the Guardian newspaper make up that story. I can't come to terms with that. I can't. Guardian only make up that only. That is not a real story. Where you all know that this monster was operating. And then on top of that, boy, people advocating for PS drivers. I remember right in this radio station, right here, people used to sit down behind this microphone and give credence to PS drivers. Why? Because they had to make $1. People have to live. A man have to feed the family. Don't do it the right way. Don't go and get don't go and get what is called a certificate of good character. Don't go and get your taxi back. No. I must be able to take my little car whenever I want and make $1. Boy. As I hear the commissioner said, the commissioner said if they don't get to do it via PH, they go do it another way. I hear you know. But all the loopholes for them to try to do it, let we clog the holes now. Let we try our best to clog holes where they would be able to, where something wrong with us. Something wrong. In the UK, there is what we will call PH drivers, but have to register. They have to go through some means of registration so people could know, okay, these are the men who are working in this community as PH drivers, so that you know their number, you know their name, you know their address. And as one policeman said to me, when a man go and commit a crime, he don't walk with the ID card, you know. And bandits don't have ID card and thing, you know. These monsters don't have ID card, you know. Something wrong. Something wrong, boy. With how could you be living in a community and the community know that you interferes with people? My girl child boy? My girl child boy? Oh gosh, I just thinking about my baby girl. My girl child boy? And you still functioning and working PH, boy? Yeah, nah, if wasn't for that camera, what would I be repositioned today? Is that camera that sell them out, you know? You know, I will go as fast to say this, and I might get some licks for it, but I will see it. When I bandit in a no, I'm gonna take that back. When an individual in a community is gunned down by the police, there is riot in town. I want to see it again. When a questionable individual is gunned down by the police, is fire in town. They're burning tire. A young girl boy who did nobody nothing. Eh? Only telling me only car find a PH driver? But only on games, boy. Only on games, boy. Only on the games. Only for the police to do everything for all you. When only could do it for yourself, boy. Only on games, boy. So we go burn down tongue. When somebody do when we believe the authorities taking advantage of we. But when one of we own taking advantage of we quiet. Hold it so quiet, boy. Why are you so quiet? Something wrong. I want it to tell me how we could fix this. Because, I'm saying it one more time. When... hey, something wrong. Something wrong. So you tell me this morning. You tell me the police should have been there to stop that situation. I will have no debates on that. We should have more police presence. Yes. But where's our role as a community, boy? And I'm telling you, and I'm saying it again. And I know members of my community will come out in defense of me saying it. You come and work taxi in my community now, PH, and let one woman say that your poor William was disrespectful in the way you spoke to her, or you tried to touch her in any way. You cannot come back and work there. Mad? Mad or what? Monsters among us. But sisters, you had to come out and condemn this. When the police do something wrong, we just come up in arms. We just raise our voice. When the police do something wrong in our community. But when one of our own do something wrong, how we don't be so boisterous, boy? I would love for somebody to answer me that. The man pity all over social media. They're looking for this man. They're looking for this man. Up to this morning, I ain't seen nowhere on social media where they find this man. I think I've said enough. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Pastor Google.
Hi, good morning, Miss Faizabad.
Pastor Google. You see this way, the way this thing hurting you? It's hurting me like that. And I find for big people in a community who turn in a blind and bawling, boy, me ain't want nobody to know it's I who tell the police or tell the police they live in there. You see, that kind of hogwash, it had to stop. Because it's only when it reach home in your house, then you want somebody to see, to tell you what's going on, Pastor Google. If I had to say what I want to do with these fellas, it wouldn't be so friendly. It's time people get these people out of the community. Stop hiding them. Mothers, all you know, all your boy children, ridiculous. And all you're doing nothing, all you're going by the police because all you're afraid them. Who making a child and afraid them? It's time for this damn nonsense to stop. You're saying something, you're not saying nothing because I want my name called. Rubbish. Get that nonsense out. And Jenny have a thing, she does say they are not monsters. They are monsters. They are monsters. You can't tell me you're raping a child and on top of that you're killing that child? For what? So you telling me you can't walk down the road in something short and all you can have respect for a woman or a young girl? All you're killing mothers. All you're killing babies. What the hell going on in this country and people turning a blind eye? It's time for it to stop. Women, where are you all? Come out. Let us hit the pavement now. It's ridiculous. You wait until it reach home. People come on. Women, stop hiding behind the curtain. Stop hiding and come out. We fed up. I fed up. Pastor Google, I have a daughter who is differently able. And Jesus Christ, I will kill. I am telling you, I'm going to kill.
All right.
How did we ever come to this? But so long we hear it. You got to stand up and be counted. For daily we're intimidated. Every day our next witness silence. While we recoil from the violence. In our land there is a crisis. Broke police, unruly ISIS. While sweet revenge gangs exacting. Police commissioners still acting Trinbago. It's time. We separate the goat from the sheep. Tell them talk is cheap. Reporting the world when we have to read. While them police busy playing hide and seek. We're facing the world when we had to read. Hey. Oh yeah. Oh. Save our land, Trinidad and Tobago. Oh yeah.
All right, so I'm going for a break and come back, Trinidad and Tobago. When I come back, I'm going to try to get someone on the phone line from the police service who is going to give us some information on these abusive madness that's happening in Trinidad and Tobago. Sorry, but this is call for different vibes, Trinidad and Tobago. Coming back after this.
Hey guys, it's Aisha Wells here. Listen up. If you're considering selling or renting your house in Trinidad and Tobago, then call Keelan George with O'Neill's Real Estate Group. He's a good friend of mine and he's been in the business for over 6 years. First, selling real estate in Atlanta, Georgia, and now right here in Trinidad and Tobago. He has a strategic online marketing presence that actually attracts thousands of home buyers and renters. Plus, with his home selling advice and techniques, he's getting homes sold really fast. Keelan will actually guarantee you sell your home or, get this, you can cancel the listing agreement and pay nothing at any time. That's right, you heard me, nothing at any time. Selling your home doesn't have to be stressful, people. Check out www.o'neillrealestatetT.com. O'Neill is spelled O-N-E-I-L, or just call Keelan direct at 363-4030. That's 363-4030.
This Christmas, give someone a Shamir Spark Christmas gift voucher or gift set. Make them feel nice. Visit Shamir, Trinity Mall, Mid-Center Mall, 23 Cipriani Boulevard, 25 Robinson Street, San Fernando, and Long Circular Mall. Call them today, 285-9053, or order online at www.shamircaribbean.com. Merry Christmas from Shamir.
Why be basic when you can be Ellie Fancy? This is not another online clothing page. This is a tribe of trendy, cute, and flirty clothes. Make your selfies perfect, hit your angles, and smile in our fun pieces for all occasions. At Ellie Fancy, we promise good service and timely delivery at a great price. Shop at Ellie Fancy. Go follow us on Instagram at Ellie_FancyTT. That's at Ellie_FancyTT. Welcome to the tribe.
Do you feel that your restaurant lacks an online profile that can attract foodies to your business? Then you are in luck because Global Galaxy app brings you the perfect solution. You can attract customers using photos, menus, special offers, and discount vouchers through our free application. Aside from your customers being able to make table reservations, our app also covers the delivery requirements so that you can cater orders to be delivered all around USA, Canada, Australia, and Caribbean. Connect with our website, a directory for restaurants to enlist their names on a global platform. Connect with our directory website www.globalgalaxy.co or download Global Galaxy app today. Stay tuned for Phase 2.
Supermarket. This is Iowa George, Cleaver Road and environs. Put food on your table. ADC is affordable. Put food on your table. ADC is affordable. The best price with a wide range of snacks and sweets. Eat Friday, Market Saturday, big specials and alcohol. Located at number 4 Marona River. ADC Supermarket. Put food on your table. ADC is affordable. Put food on your table. ADC, we have free delivery. ADC have real good prices, boy.
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's Radio.
The Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center of 399 Eastern Main Road, Guayco in Sangre Grande is pleased to present Pastor Morris and Agnes Johnson and guests on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays here on the Street 919 FM. The Ministry of Worship Children's Hour and the Word is on Sundays from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. On Tuesdays from 9 p.m. to midnight, see Jesus in every book of the Bible from Genesis to Revelation. And on Wednesdays from 9 p.m. to midnight, where we deal with current affairs from a biblical perspective. Tell your neighbors, tell your friends, tell everyone. For further information, visit us at www.churchofthefirstbornassembly.org or find us on Facebook. Email us at church668hope@gmail.com or call us at 753-1113 or 236-7271. Your free will gifts and offerings will be greatly appreciated. First Citizens Bank account number 795222.
Turn your radio on. Turn your radio. Turn your radio on. Turn your radio on.
We can protect our loved ones and our country from COVID-19 if we all wear a mask over our nose and mouth in public, stay at least 6 feet away from others, stay home, especially if we are ill, wash our hands often with soap and water and use hand sanitizer, cover our coughs, avoid touching our faces, and clean and sanitize surfaces that we touch often. Everyone must do their part. This is why I follow the new normal. A message from the Ministry of Health.
A day at the beach and don't know what to eat? Darrell's Famous Food will take care of your meal. Darrell's Famous Food. Famous Beach Box. 7 pieces of chicken, 5 sides, and 2-liter soft drink for just $99. Available at all locations nationwide. Darrell's Famous Food. Just made your sand, sea, and sun. Fun. Buy local. Support local. At Darrell's Famous Food. Your taste of the Caribbean.
Change is the only constant in life, and 2020 is definitely the year of changes. Eastern Credit Union is here to make life easier for you with our Seasons Change Loan campaign. Get up to 10 times your shares and have a chance to win a grand prize of $20,000 cash. And to make it even sweeter, your first full payment will be due on January 31st, 2021. Call Eastern Credit Union at 800-4328 or visit our website at www.ecunewexperience.com to apply for your season's change loan today. Special conditions may apply and loans are subject to normal lending criteria. This promotion runs until December 31st, 2020 and is approved by the NLC.
Eastern Credit Union, leading the way.
Hi, Trinidad and Tobago. This is yours truly, Pastor Charles, streaming live from Port of Spain, Trinidad, Maraval Road, 91.9. Every Wednesday from 12 midnight to 5 a.m. in the morning. I tell you, we are going to have a TIME time in the presence of God. We will be praying, praise God, for our nation. We'll be praying for families. We'll be praying for those that are sick and those that are in need. Tune in to the best station, 91.5 FM Street Live, Port of Spain, Maraval.
Share the live. Share the live. This Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
All right, Trinidad Tobago, I'm back with you. I'm back with you, Trinidad Tobago. And the discussion continues on this issue with our sisters. Right? Our sisters. Someone said that, we shouldn't call them monsters. So when you leave home expecting to go where you want to go, and you trust somebody to take you there, don't call you a monster. You're not a monster. You're not a monster. But a young lady decides to jump in a taxi or a car that she believes that she can trust a driver. So she goes into the car. She goes into a vehicle. And you decide to invade on her space. And she then says, do you know you can't touch me there? You can't touch me there. I don't know you. I'm not your friend. Don't touch me there. Put me out here, please. I am uncomfortable with the way you are approaching and encroaching on my space. I would like to leave, please. And you say no. The person says, no, I'm not letting you go. And then he goes and gets 2 of his friends. Picks up 2 of his friends, They are not monsters. No, they're not monsters. They are not monsters. Put yourself in a father or a mother's position where a man takes your girl child. Your girl child, the one who you hug in the night when she was crying, your daughter, who, when snot mucus in her nose and she can't push it out at 1 and 2 year old. You hold in your child and you have to put your mouth over your child's nose and pull out the mucus because she can't do it for herself. You take your time and nurture and bring up your girl child, boy. Bring up your child in a way to respect people. And a man who is a lurker decides to watch your girl child and decide that he wants to invade in her privacy and in her space. And he lures her into his vehicle and create a trust that he will take her to Port of Spain to get a vehicle to go to her grandmother's birthday get-together. And this guy decide, hey, I'm not letting you go. I'm not letting you go. And he calls 2 more of his friends. He picks them up. And they decide that they're going to take your daughter wherever they want to take her. And destroy everything that you have nurtured and made her into. Destroy it. On top of that, they didn't let her go so that you could have taken her back into your arms and build back her self-esteem and build back a security shield around her, letting her know that daddy is going to be there for you, girl. Mommy will build back your womanhood. They didn't allow that to happen. These people who we're not supposed to call monsters, didn't allow that to happen. They murdered her.
So I pray this one infraction will propel us into action. Trinbago, the time is now. We have to take our country back while these monsters flow. We cannot run from their attack. That is why I'm still saying, time to stand up and be counted. Our young girls, they're being hunted, not for jobs by institutions, but by clubs for prostitution. While for new gas, some arranging on the seas, cargo exchanging in the Gulf, drugs, guns, and women, and the Coast Guard cannot stop them. Trinbago, the time is now. Look how the murder rate leap, tell them talk is cheap. We're caught in the world when we have to reap. Before more of our daughters, they put us to sleep. Must stop this world when we have to reap. Time to stand up and be counted. We must defeat this threat they've mounted. We cannot wait for no messiah, like Nero fiddling through the fire. But while the flames we keep romancing, the grim reaper keeps advancing across the land. He casts his shadow, slashing victims to the marrow. Trinbago, the time is now. Look how the price we pay in dumb steep, while some labor keep. We're caught in the world when we have to reap. We need a fresh new broom for a broad crime sweep. Must stop this world when we have to reap.
All right, so I think I kind of composed myself. I believe that I am able now to go back to the phone lines. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hi, good morning.
This is my first time calling Pastor Google.
Thank you for calling, sir.
As I listen to the program, I'm very disturbed. And the reason why I am disturbed, it is a knee-jerk reaction to a culture that has been developing in this country. You can't put on the radio and listen to a so-called parang without sexual innuendo. That couple, the 2 men that sang from Tobago some time ago, and they talk about FNCCC, and they were able to walk away from the scene at which place this song was sung. They should have been arrested. So now what is happening? We are seeing the ultimate of that behavior. And we are enraged, rightfully so. but it is a consequence of what we have been cultivating in our country. Everything, a man is measured by his sexuality. A lady can't walk the street without vulgarity from men who have nothing to do. So if it is not robbing, it is raping. And then the lawyers are having a payday with this kind of behavior. So it's a whole culture. And when we talk about the wrong that was done to Shanti, this is a symptom of the culture. And we cannot correct the symptom without dealing with the sore. So I'm saying we're spinning top in mud. That's exactly what we're doing, spinning top in mud. So we react in a manner out of the pain and the hurt, the emotionality, the sentimentality of the thing. It bothers us, but we don't want to deal with the issue. So I listen and I laugh. Laugh because we are callous, we are cold, we are calculating, we are emotional, and that's all there is to it. So after 9 days, this issue is rested. And another victim is waiting to experience the horror that Shanti experienced. And then we'll be mad at that when that happens. But it is a continuum.
Well, sir, let me stop you there, because you're saying that we only react when something happens, and that's not totally true. I don't know about other people. I can speak for me. I can speak for my community. I don't know for your community. I don't know for you, but I can speak for my community. And yes, I am emotionally about it because I have a child. That's one. Two, I am a pastor and I have other young ladies who come to my church. That's two. Three, again, as I said, in my community, we don't condone that madness. See that? Even if a man lifts his hand against his wife in my community, you have to go from there, boy.
All right, that is the case. So let me just say to you, the point that is being made, and I would reiterate the point, and that's this. This person don't wake up a rapist overnight. That kind of behavior has become acceptable. Not the raping behavior, but the mindset, sexuality, the disrespect of women, the disrespect of female, what goes on in the home, the incest, and on and on and on it goes. Ultimately, you would have this.
All right, I have to go for a break. I think I have a sponsor segment coming up. Thank you very much, caller. Have a blessed morning.
Do you know what is attacking your health? Do you have a plan to protect and boost your health? Better Lifestyle Solutions teaches you how to fight disease and boost your health. Listen to 91.9 The Street every Monday at 11:15 a.m. Lots of people are learning to fight diseases while also building healthy minds and bodies. It is life-changing. Don't forget, listen to 91.9 The Street every Monday at 11:15 a.m.
All right, and that ad program will be preempted just for today only. All right, next week, Monday, you could find Mr. Hartman here, and he is going to give you more health information. All right, so I'm going to continue to take your calls. Okay, and to the caller, just call. I understand what you're saying, you know. I hear you. And that's why I said what I said earlier on. That's why I said what I said earlier on about communities coming out and lifting their voice against situations like these. Hello, good morning, caller.
Morning, Pastor Google.
Hi, good morning.
Pastor Google, not only the young men alone, it's a full men that I know the girl gives to. Because it happened yesterday when I went to the grocery, a certain grocery in Arima, and my little granddaughter, she now turned 17, and come out from the car. My driver sit down there waiting with me. She and her mother came out. And the two big men, a full man in the 50s, and the next one, the other one have one eye, they shining glass on car. And if you hear everything they say concerning her, as she walk in, the driver was he say, he come out, he said, listen to me, let me tell you a little something. Take all the eyes off. I hear it all there, you know. I hear it all there. That is my little sister that gone there, you know. I hear it all there. No, we just say she looking good. That's what they end up saying. So it had big men too that watching these little girls when they're walking also. It's a big men doing it too. Okay?
All right. Thank you very much. All right, I'm taking your calls on 342-0081, 771-1791, 466-5391. Hello, good morning.
Hello, morning.
Hi, good morning.
Yes, can you take this number and ask the woman to give me a call, please, so she doesn't get a chance sometime today?
Excuse, you need to speak up a little louder, caller. I'm hearing you.
Okay, can you take this number and pass to Google and ask him if you can give me a call, please? I would like to speak to him very important. Whenever he gets a chance.
You want Pastor Google to call you?
Yes. Because I can't get in on the program yet.
Yeah, you're live on the program right now, caller.
But I need to speak to him off air in any case. Yeah.
All right, caller. Thanks very much.
If you can give me a call.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you, Pastor Google.
Good morning, Mr. Kingsley.
I do not know that if the gentleman wants a date, but let me not on that. But I am so happy this morning to call in. I'm so humble and so blessed to know that I achieved my goal yesterday. I worked very hard, and this week I'll be taking a night of rest. I might be going to big one and relaxing myself from the politics this week here, because I've been working hard the last 3 weeks on the ground. I was in Pinal, Barport, Kova. I was just all over in the UNCP struggle in the community. And we know that this will take place. And the question now we ask them back on, since he said that Kamala lost 11 times, we asked him the question how much time he lost now. Because it's about 5 times he lost. He lost his seat, his MP seat. He lost the election. So we have to know how much time he lost. So if Kamala lost, if he say Kamala lost, it's because we really do not believe Kamala lost 11 times. We know that she fight 2 general election, 2 against Rowley, and 1 local, and we win 1. So we say that she could be lost, and she could lose 3 times. Not 11 times how people say. Yes, we did have a by-election in the UNC, but we don't consider that as a election, which are one within the by-election. We do not consider that as an election factor. But I Google, as I was speaking about these ladies and them. That's so. Pastor Google?
Yep, that's the discussion I'm having.
I know I must put in my 2 cents with my political party. Yeah, I'm not I'm very proud. And Pastor Google, I am very concerned about these women who is going listed, and just so women to not list when she gets. I'm very concerned. I'm concerned about that. I have problems because I think that today women should be choosing or trying to look for a right partner. And if they get into a relationship and they see that this relationship, they should leave it from early. They shouldn't stay in a relationship and get out. And because that you see the first lash you get, the first lash or the first move that he made, that he aggressive and he ignorant, we should leave, because there's no staying for love. Because sometimes if you love something, you have to let it go to see if it's really love. Because if you're feeding a bird, if you're feeding a dog, if that dog get away from the yard, the dog will come back home because the dog knows whom I was getting to home. So sometimes you have to, if you love something, and there's a thing where woman, let's say, when a man checking a lady just say, if you don't love me, you don't love me, or 100% I give nobody. So I do not know if that's saying that in fact, in men here by women say that if you love me, I don't love the horse. First of all, I do not love a woman 100% because I leave for the disappointment. Because you have to expect the woman. Because how could you love a woman 100% that when it's time for she to leave or he to leave, well, they cannot leave. You're born by yourself. You're going to die by yourself. There are some people out here love the man more than the mother. Love the woman more than the mother. There are some people out here, right? And this thing has to stop. If you go into a relationship, why you have to love that person like that person is God that you cannot walk away, that you have to lash, that you have the banker, that you can't sleep, that I don't understand that human being thinking because I do not know. But people understand that stop going for love. Look for understanding because Pastor Google, today in the young people world, they're looking for love and then looking for understanding. They're looking to understand the partner. No, you have to understand your partner first before you fall in love. That's why when you meet somebody, you make friends with them, you like them, and you build that kind of trust and that love for them. But that kind of trust and that kind of love is not to tell them don't go away, you're marking them, you want to kill them, you want to beat them, you want to treat them, you want to beat them away. So there's a lot of things to do with the Pastor Google, but human being, you have to get it right. Any man seen a girl with a short pants and a jersey on and want to rape, that is a sick man. That is a person naturally mentally ill. Because if a woman having a short pants or nice stuff, whatever, she looks sexy, you have to tell. I'll tell her that. I'm complimental and say, well, you look nice, you look beautiful. But anytime you get in your mind that you make your thing stick over your mind and you want to rape, because that is a rape, man. To see somebody in a underwear and a tights and you get so emotional that you want to touch that person, that you want to feed that person. I have for the minute I'm saying that because I must say we come down on the Prime Minister, when the Prime Minister said choose your man wisely. And all I say it means that to choose your partner wisely is to say that if you get into a relationship and you are seeing in the 2 months, in the year, time relationship and going good, there's no sense trying to stay to fix something what cannot fix. And that's the problem. And stop telling men, women, they have to love me 100%, and I want all the love. There's some men taking that and making it, they feel that they own you. When you say about love, they feel they own you. So, Pastor Google, there's so much to talk on this topic here. I'm so emotional about this topic because I have a problem with men loving to kill. I have a problem with men, with human beings on the own loving that they cannot leave when it's time to leave. But that's my problem. Do not love so strong. Love your mother so strong. Love your God so strong. Love your children so strong. How could you love a man or a woman who you're going to be with and you know what the future might be? Jesus Christ. Thank you, Pastor Google.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Kingsley.
In our schools, kids getting on. We're fighting, making porn. Our school girls, you won't believe. Live MMA, they're pulling weave. Check the vibes, they're living by. Dance all slackness, get rich or die. Alkaline Tomovado, mention Mike.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, Pastor Google.
Hi, good morning.
I'm listening to your program, but I am a grandmother, and I am hurt, Pastor Google. I am very hurt because I have grandchildren too. And this young girl on the road, the little shorts or something on Pastor Google. These men, the government have to do something. But these men, what's them to them chest on the little child? Straight, clap them up, and let the mother or whoever it is do what they want with them. Because Pastor Google is sick. But the minute I hear this thing, I am crying. Because I have granddaughters too. Pastor Google. I don't know what to do. What to say. Pastor Google, okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Mom.
Oh, yeah.
good morning.
Hi, good morning, Pastor Guda.
Hi, good morning, ma'am.
I wonder the police officers in charge of this particular case has combed that area. Not only where they found the body, but way past the body. You understand? I want them to comb a fast area because these people have not done this one. They have not done this one. Right? You could not prey on somebody in your area, right, where you connected to, and tell me that's the first time they have done this. I find the police should really comb that area. Comb it with a fine-teeth comb, and see how much bones they could unearth in that area. That is my comment on this matter. They have not done, this is not the first time they have done this. I don't believe it. This is not the first time. Thank you, Pastor Google.
Thank you very much. Very interesting comments. Let me take some voice notes and see what people are saying out there. All right, I have to take that voice note just now. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Morning to the pastor. Morning.
Good morning, sir.
I find this with the community, somebody has to know something. Because you can't tell me a whole community and that will just disappear and nobody knowing nothing. But when, as I was saying earlier, somebody get killed in the community, the police kill somebody, the burning tires, the blocking the road, and there's all kind of things. And when the Prime Minister did come out and say, women choose your men wisely, they wanted to bash the Prime Minister, they wanted all kind of things. But I lost on and listening.
All right, thank you very much, caller. Hello, good morning, caller.
Listen, good day to you, Pastor Google. I'm sitting here in my living room listening to your program. And I listen to different callers. And I heard Kingsley just now, but one of the ingredients in relationship is trust. After my wife and I, we are married 45 years. We celebrated 45 years on the 26th of October this year. We are together 46 years, married for 45. I have never one day disrespect my wife, disrespected my children. And Pastor, I have a niece living in Canada now. When she was going to school, she used to stay from the Locano area. And she gave us a history about where she was picked up by a driver and took to a certain area in Santa Cruz and was raped and threatened. And she just studied that up to this day. I have two family members. One is my wife's family and one is my own family. Where one of our in-laws did wickedness to my daughter and her niece when they were 3 years old. And they were threatened. And when she was 15 years old, I got up one morning and went into the kitchen and I saw her crying. And I asked my wife what happened. So my wife said she didn't tell me nothing. And then my wife told me what happened. That this man, Pastor, if I get a number, if I have a number personally, I could call you and tell it personally. I don't want to air everything on the air. So I can give you the history about this guy, and that is still going on with him.
All right, caller.
So do you have a number I can call you, please?
I see your number. I'll take it down.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, sir. How do we fix this, Trinidad and Tobago? How do we fix this? How? So give me a call 342-0081. Give me a call on 342-0081. 771-1791, 771-1791, 466-5391, 466-5391. Just give me a call and tell me, how do we fix this Trinidad and Tobago? How?
We gotta save it. Oh yeah.
Hello, good morning, caller.
Listen, good morning, Pastor.
Hi, good morning.
I enjoyed listening to your program. And today I am very emotional on this topic because I am father and a grandfather. The question that they just asked you, how to fix this, I want you to have a dialogue with Mr. Lawrence Maraj, who gave you listen?
Loud and clear. You have my full attention.
Who gave the right, authority, human right, to do wrong. When you do wrong, you have a right. And it is a confused world. That is a big confusion in itself. Only when you do wrong, you have a right. So I believe if you have a dialogue with him, you might be able to get the answer to that problem. Have a blessed day.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much, caller. I am just sitting here and I would really like to hear more from you, how we can fix this issue.
We gotta save it. Oh yeah.
Because one caller called in and he alluded to the fact that we are 9-day wonders. We behave emotional and we make noise and we talk about the issue when it happens, but what do we do in the interim? And as I said to him, if communities were to take up the challenge like how my community do, where we don't condone abuse towards women. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Pastor Google. First of all, I want to send out my condolences to the family of the deceased. You asked the question, how are we going to fix this? Now, this thing is something, it's not a quick fix and it's not an easy fix. We talk about, subscribe to the guy who talk about Ramesh and the rights and all that. But we have to try to see how we could build some more cohesion within the family structure again. You know what I mean? Because remember, every child that come out and interact into the community they didn't fall from Mars or Venus or somewhere. They came from a family unit somewhere, whether the family unit is fractured, whether it is whatever. But we need to try to see how we could kind of like assist one another to see how we could bring back a better structure and more thing to the family. You know, I don't know if that is your view on that. You know?
I totally hear you and I totally agree with you. And what you're saying there, at the end of the day, that is what is going to, and as you say, it's not a quick fix.
No,
it didn't start one in Lablash. And that, let me tell you something. I made mention of something earlier this morning in my discourse. I said that I want the Zessa movement to make the Zessa movement to do. Let the artists in the Zessa movement do a live and condemn these actions, because I'll tell you something. And you listen to their music, you'll understand why I'm asking them to lift their voice in condemnation.
Yeah, but you have to understand also, Pastor Google, that this whole ideology is opposed to what we really supposed to be teaching our children, really. Now, nobody is saying you can't go out and have a good time. You from the church, and you know, and church people feel church people boring, you know. You know what I mean? So I saw within this church, or leaders have function and people have a good time. But some of these things that go so far like bedroom bully and all these kind of different things. And, you know what I mean? It sends a certain message. You know that kind of way? So we can't, my term is, we can't be dancing around the asshole when the problem is down in the colony. You know what I mean? The more we stamp at the hand and we deal with what's going on in the colony, we wasting time. So we need to try to build back that family structure and have community cohesiveness again. You know what I mean? And as the saying goes, it takes a village to raise a child. We have to get back to that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah, man. Have a good morning.
Yes, good morning, Pastor Google.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, I'm listening to everybody and I'm watching everything. But you see, where it's going wrong, you see this so-called justice system in this country, them is to be blamed. Them is to be blamed. Because you cannot protect the one, you cannot protect the one who do the crime. And that's what it does. They protect them and telling them that they will give us justice. You cannot get justice without a fair trial. When you have people in prison there for 15 and 20 years waiting for a trial, 15 and 20 years waiting for a trial, you tell me what part of justice what kind of justice you could get from that? That is why these young fellas feel they could run about and do what they want. Prison is not a place, prison is not a place supposed to be like it's a home. Prison is a place supposed to have you very, very uncomfortable. That you will not be able to go back and do, you would not like to go back and do what you have done. That is how prison is supposed to be. But they make prison better than it's a home. So when these fellas go in there, they enjoy themselves. They have phone, they could talk to anybody like they're outside. And that, if they don't fix that, this thing cannot, these monsters cannot walk about the place. Because the Bible tells us, any man going to Genesis 36, any man spill a next man's blood, his blood must be spilled in flesh. Which meaning that if you kill one person, you will not have the opportunity to kill another one. They're not greater than God. Why you want to live and you want to kill me? Why you want to live and you want to kill the next one? You are like to go to the out it. We are not looking for nothing like those lawyers say that cannot help the situation. You understand? We don't want no help. Once you kill one, you must not be able to kill another one. And if they don't bring that law, I always say that, you know. You see this thing they call crime? It is the biggest paying thing in the world. And all governments play that because judges, magistrates, lawyers, all of them get the money from there. And if you stop that, they have no work. Let us be real and let us be serious in life. Because life we live in, Don't let them play no game with you. The Bible tells you do not be fooled. And it's fool that try to fool the world, the entire world. This kind of thing they call injustice. It is not just. It is not just. I was this eloquent about it. This kind of thing. All that they're doing, they know that they will not pay the full brunt for the law with it. How about that?
Thank you very much. All right, let me play some voice notes. I said I would play some voice notes. Wow, every time I try to play some voice notes, I'm getting calls, man. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, man, Google, you're getting called. Good program as usual.
Thank you, sir.
Google, that last caller, he was on point. But not only do this year, Parliament, which comprises the opposition and the government, passing laws. Time to fit the crime, Pastor Google. You understand? Stiffer penalties for criminals, Pastor Google.
But let me ask you this. I want to ask it, and I totally agree with you, and that is a discussion that I think we need to have, especially with the Attorney General and those in authority. But I think with the stiffer, we need to do something about the music, some of the music that our young people listening to, you know.
Yeah, Pastor, but I didn't finish. I'm going on and out. I want to finish.
Okay.
Cultural change in the mentality of the citizens, because since that young lady got killed, murdered, and raped, you remember a long time we had a lot of women, what do they call it, women, they come out now and speak out. You remember a little child they found We're looking for the 5-year-old somewhere up in the east, and they found her behind those barriers and long clothing.
Yeah.
Remember that? Remember that murder? People spoke out, and it was a big thing. And this, now they wonder, they with the culture and the mental and the persons, the citizens had to change. And then when that mental change in the fact that we would come out in the street, protest, the Women Peace League would come out and say certain things. They force the government hands to do certain things. So we're going back to the laws now. Let me hear what you're telling, man.
No, I'm just saying that I think that we need to look into the music that our children are listening to.
Yeah, all are part of the cultural changes, and there's where parental guidance come in.
But there are some parents who like the songs that their children are listening to. All right, let me take our next call here. I have a caller holding on. Thank you. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, Pastor Guzman, how are you going this morning?
I am blessed, man. You need to talk up a little bit, though.
Yeah, how are you going this morning, man?
I'm good.
But first of all, condolences to the girl and
her family.
Her family. Because I know the mother, reasonably well working in Rapport Sunny Avenue, and it's a tragic situation. I know everybody, really hurts about the situation and stuff. But Pastor Google, on the law book, is death penalty still law?
Yes.
The death penalty. Well, Pastor Google, it's simple, When Ramesh Lawrence Maharaj could say what he wants, he was one of the best attorney generals, if not the best attorney generals of the country. When the Dolce gang was hanged, crime went down to under 100. Murders went down to under 100. The person who killing with impunity forfeit the right to live. And as long as that fear, I understand the activists and stuff, people who are against, the death penalty and stuff. Unless a man know that when he kills with impunity, that his life will be forfeited. This will continue, and somehow the government is going to find somehow. It is not going to stop until a man know, hey, he put a gun, God forbid, in front of my head or your head, and he pull that trigger, and you know, well, boy, here what's going on. He will end up in the gallows. I'm not really seeing this slowing down. You know what I mean? And that, people can say what they want. The facts is there. I was wrong. And people was walking on eggshells. Murders went right down because all them people who running about and killing and doing all the mischief, they feel them want to dead. Them don't really want to dead. They're telling themselves that they continue getting away with doing the illegal stuff, the murders, and they tell themselves a lot of people walking free. And that's my contribution this morning, Google. I'll call you back afterwards, man. Thanks a million.
All right, thank you very much. Hello, good morning.
Pastor Google, I forgot to mention to you, one of the problems that I believe they have is stopping the boats and the cattle nine-tail for rapists. So ever since they stopped that, we have an increase, 100% increase in rape. Right? And my heart goes out to those parents who have lost the 18-year-old daughter to that brutal crime. And if you don't want to get them because you want to castrate them. Just to castrate them. Because you gain them 10 and 15 and 20 years in prison and they're coming out and going back and do the same thing. I remember in Sandy Grande here, some years ago, where an Indian guy picked up a little, I think the girl was about 9 years old, Meena Ali. And she was raped and murdered. Then when you study the case with the pundit, a guy mentioned it this morning on the program. There is a guy that Ramesh Lawrence Maharaj defended. I was assigned to the Red House as a refrigeration technician. And I listened to that case. And that case, the prosecutor was weak because the guy said on the day of the murder, he was planting cassava. The prosecutor asked him, when you planted the cassava, did you ever went back to look to see after the cassava? He said, yes. He said, how long after? He said, 2 weeks. He said, do you observe anything? He said, yes. He said, what did you observe? He said, the cassava tree had grown to a height of 4 feet. Pastor, when you getting cassava to grow 4 feet, it will take more just over 2 weeks for the eye to come out on the stick. Because I used to go and plant cassava with my stepfather in Fort George. And that was one of the weaknesses in this case. And that got, because when the prosecutor started to tie him up, Ramesh got up and launched an objection. And Pastor, and that guy ended up getting off scot-free because each time they find him guilty, Ramesh went to court, they put off the case, they reached no trial until he got away. Until they get away. I listened to that case too, with Israel Khan defending a guy, where that guy stabbed a woman in her womb in the father's house. The girl used to work in the club and he met her in the club. I was in the Red House listening to that case that day. And Professor Simpson prosecuted was a witness for the prosecution. And Israel Khan asked him, he said, Mr. Simpson, with all your years as a pathologist, have you ever noticed a womb of such nature? He said, no. He said, because if you are to notice a womb of such nature, what would you say, type of womb would you say? A homicidal womb or a self-inflicted womb? Professor answer was a homicidal womb. And that guy, when the jury found the man not guilty, Justice Blackman, said to the jury, he said the jury has found you not guilty, but he do not believe in the verdict.
All right.
Yes, and that guy who walked out of the court and came back the next morning to listen to a case with a man from Manzalina.
All right. All right.
So that's the kind of beast we have roaming the street. They need to castrate them for us and them.
All right. Thank you very much, caller.
You're welcome.
Good morning, Pastor Gurgle. Good morning. We here up here in Grandy, locked on and listening to your program as usual. And at the same time, me and my mother here, we want to send our condolences to both the family who have lost their loved ones in the past few days. But Pastor Gurgle, what I want to tell you right now, beside all the ups and downs we are having here in Trinidad and Tobago, that in Venezuela, we won the parliamentary election. Maduro stays. Maduro government, the Chavez government, have won the election in Venezuela by 67%, and the other percent goes to the different opposition party and how you call them, opposition parties and those who end up independently. They only get 97%, I believe. Right, so we good to go for now, and Guaido is out just as Trump. This is what I wanted to know, but I know you have your program going on, but please, before you leave today, please let Trinidad and Tobago know that the election was held and the Maduro government win it, and Guaido is out of having the majority in the Trinidad and the Venezuelan parliament. Right, he's out. Okay? Later.
All right. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm okay.
Okay. I want to give condolences to both families that have lost their loved ones, and may God comfort the family of the deceased and them. Pastor Google, I find they should bring back hanging. I find they should bring back hanging. Really find they should bring back hanging. Because don't ever study that man that take your child and go away. the daughter, the woman daughter, and go away. What about the men and them, the fathers and them in the house that interfering with these little children, 4 years and 5 years? They too, they must be rape a man too. You never know, because if you could sit down, if you could lie down on top of your child and hear your child saying, Daddy, it hurts. Daddy, it's hurting me. What kind of beat is that? They had to bring back hanging. I find they should bring back hanging. It's sickening. God forbid. All right.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. And I agree with you. I agree with you, man. Bring it back. Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning, Dr. Google. I don't have much time. You notice that everybody responds to these type of offenses are criminal act. When I say criminal act, violent act, actually. Everybody says, if you do this, kill. If you do this, cut off genitals. Do this. And yes, and that's how people feel these days, Pastor Google. One of the things, we're going to need to talk about whether or not there's a similar society like Trinidad and Tobago, probably the composition of the population and the sort of 1-point-something million, where any country exists similar to ours have such a crime and violence taking place. I'm uncomfortable. I know Andrew have said that in the prison, treat them bad, so when they come out, they don't want to go back. That don't work. Rehabilitation is the key. So if I go in there, I need to understand why I should not do this outside to return me as a better citizen. That's the purpose of the prison. And there's a lot of factors that we lose in here, and a lot of conversation needs to be had. And it's not just being in the politics. The politics has to drive the people. You and I spoke the other day about the constituency and the member of the constituency, the MP. That person is a big person to drive most things, and especially in PNM constituencies. Because like I tell you, Kamala Prasad is comfortable in her soul that her point is winning the election because she's divisive. There's no question about that. There's no question about that. And I'm not afraid to say it. That running the country is on the basis of, listen, if you don't give me this, you're not getting this. And what we need is a bigger picture from an opposition. So there's a lot of conversation past Google, and a lot of things that's supposed to be triggered from the MPs in constituencies, especially those run by the PNL. We need to get going.
So what are you? So I hear you. Where right. I hear you with it, but we have to when we come back. When we come back from the news, from the break, yeah. we're gonna. I try to get where you're going.
Right. I'll tell you where I'm going.
But I want to hear where you're going, because the drive that is in my community has nothing to do with my member of parliament.
Right.
The drive in my community is a stance that people take against abuse of women or against abuse of children.
Right.
My member of parliament don't have anything to do with that.
Right.
He now come. That's one. Two, and the one before that, he come and me that too. And that has nothing to do either with Mr. Manning. That's just that community was just recently built, really. So when we come back from the break, I want to understand what you mean by driven by PNM communities and constituencies. That's one. Two, and you were saying too that people were talking about if you do the crime,
right,
you must be able to do the time. Yeah. And people saying that castrate them. There are people who saying castrate them.
Violent acts, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you were saying, I want to understand, when you come back, I want you to explain to me if you disagree with that.
That's just an expression. It's not an opposition to it. It's just an expression how we are encircled with the violent thought. That's what I'm talking about.
All right,
but I'll explain after the break.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Myron, I can't live with a broken man like you, not. Bye-bye. Darling, 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 darling. say Christmas you leave me, you pack up and gone. You find a rich man and you want to move on. The man have big house, you go live like a queen, but you don't like to cook and clean. The fella realize that you're lazy and don't want you no more. So this year for Christmas he show you